Most business owners have 20 different jobs in their business, and that's why they find business so damn hard, have to work all day and always feel behind. But the best entrepreneurs, well, they only work on free things. So in this video, I'm going to show you what those free tasks are, why they're the only ones that actually move the needle, and how to use them to dial in your focus so you can scale faster while working less. So to start, let's look at why most business owners are working harder than they need to and what the best ones do differently. And fundamentally, there's one thing that separates the best entrepreneurs from everyone else. And it's that you're not an employee in your business. You are the owner, which means you should not be doing everything in the business, and your relationship with time has to be completely different. So if you imagine a team member you hired for marketing was spending all their time trying to do your bookkeeping or whatever other task, you'd fire that bitch immediately, right? It is no different for you. Your job is to run and grow the business. That is it. Anything you do that isn't growing the business is you not doing your job. Now, obviously, when you start out in business, it is completely normal to do everything. You have no choice. But as soon as you start making money and growing, you need to start doing fewer things so that you can put more of your time and focus into where it's most valuable. Because what makes business hard is spending all your time on things that don't fucking matter. And what makes it easy is knowing what to work on. And as a business owner, that comes down to just free jobs. So let me show you the first job. And the best way to explain this is to think about a restaurant. So imagine the chef is also taking orders, cleaning tables, and doing the books. Well, what happens is not just that the chef is racked and tired and overwhelmed. The food is bloody shite, because the thing they're actually best at isn't getting their full attention. And if the food is crap in a restaurant that is meant to sell good food, the business then suffers. But the moment that chef gets like a front of house team to do everything else, the food gets better and therefore the restaurant grows. It is the exact same in your business. Your job as a business owner is to build your team. You have to find, hire, and train people to do the jobs that you should not be doing. This way you can work less, because now you don't have to do everything yourself. So there's less demand on your time, but you can also grow faster because you can hire specific people for specific roles that they're good at and hopefully even better than you at. And then you can go all in on the things that grow the business, okay? Now, the best way to actually build your team is to first build your system. So you want to map them all out, you want to document all the key processes for them to follow. And this way it's clear based on your systems map what you need to delegate first and therefore what you need to hire for first. But then having those systems actually built out also ensures onboarding and training the new people to do the things that the way you want them done is so much easier. Because often what happens is a business owner will hire without systems, and it means that person has no idea what to do or how to do it, and then they underperform, which they do not want to do, but it makes them hate their job and it makes you think that they're shit. And really, it's actually just your fault. You just threw them into Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen and said, cook. So build out your systems first, okay? And it'll be way less of a headache to build out your team and scale. Now, let me show you job number 2. And this is how you make sure that your team can actually do their job without relying on you. The best way for me to explain this is you want to think of your business like a ship, okay? Pirate ship, whatever sort of ship, up to you. I prefer going for a pirate ship. But when you start out, you're the only person, okay? So you're running around steering, you're adjusting sails, you're keeping an eye out for other ships so you don't hit them, doing it all, right? But as you grow, you bring on certain people to do certain tasks. So now you've got someone on the front sails, you've got someone on the back, someone watching for other ships, icebergs, because you don't want to end up like the Titanic, and shorelines, etc. But if all the crew are all doing their job to pull the ship in different directions, then the ship gets fucking nowhere, okay? You just go in circles. You want everyone to be aiming for the same destination. And that is on you. You, the captain, to organize that. Your job is to set the direction so everyone knows exactly where they're heading. And see, when you do that, 2 things happen. Firstly, your team can make better decisions without you, because every decision can be made based on whether it moves you away or toward your direction. This way, they're not always, running to you, distracting you, or eating up your time. So you get more time. And secondly, you'll scale faster because decisions will be made faster and every decision will be a better, more aligned choice. Now, the best way to do this to set your direction is to firstly set a long-term goal. So think 5 to 10 years. This is like the long-term vision you have for your business. Then you want to set a 1-year goal for the business, which is something specific that you want to achieve over the next 12 months. That'll move you towards a long-term vision that you have. Then you want to set 3 quarterly rocks, so 3 tangible and actionable goals for each quarter, which add up to you achieving your 1-year goal. Then finally, you want to choose 3 to 5 core values for the business. So 3 to 5 traits that you want every single person to embody. What this means is that you now have a long-term direction as well as specific things you need to do in the short term, your rocks, to move in the right direction. And you also have the criteria, the non-negotiable for what choices to make. Then you want to make these clear to all your team members. So if you tell them the goals of the business and the values, it's like giving them a mission. You want to stick it up on the wall, tell them everything they do with the goals and values in mind. So for example, if one of your goals is to get 1,000 paying members and one of your values is to deliver a world-class product or service, then when a client has a problem, your team can make the decision on what to do based on the goal and also your values. Because let's say you didn't have the value of delivering a world-class product, then maybe you could ignore the client problem. Maybe you could choose a subpar option. But when you have that as a value, your team will make the decision based on how to get to the goal and the values. So they'll fix the issue to the best of their abilities for that client to deliver a world-class experience. And with their rocks, if you build them out properly, they'll also know what they have to do each day to achieve them, which means every single team member is moving the business forward every single day and they become seriously valuable for the business. Now, if you do want a free tool and training which shows you exactly how to set these rocks up in your business the right way, I will leave a link to that in the description below. Click it, check it out. But for now, let me show you the third job, because this is by far the most important job for the future of your business, okay? And really, it's sort of like any other job in any other business, in that if it's your first time doing something, you are going to be pretty shit at it. And if you want a better job, to get a promotion, then you need to get better at your job. Well, running a business works the exact same way, okay? If you want a better and bigger business, if you want to scale faster and work less, you need to get better at your job of being a business owner. If you're a great employee with a great skill set, you will get a great job in a great company, right? With a great pay. If you're a great business owner, you will run a great business, because the team you build, the decisions you make, the systems you design, the work you do, all of it is determined by how good you are. So if you can't make good decisions based on data, then your business will suck, okay? You'll not move forward in a consistent and predictable way. So the most important job you have as a business owner is to be in a constant, never-ending state of forward-leaning, positive, upward progress. You need to be constantly looking for ways to improve, how you can focus better, how you can have more energy, how to prioritize better, how to use data, how to solve bottlenecks, how to build a certain skill, how to remove limiting beliefs, how to run your business, how to become the person that you need to be to grow your business. See, when you do this, you can achieve anything you want. I truly mean that. You can work less, you can scale faster, you can achieve anything, because the skills and abilities that get you to say $1 million a year are not the same skills and abilities that get you to say $10 million a year. But you can build the skills and become the person capable of making the $10 million a year. You just need to be in that forward-leaning state of progress. You need to improve at being a business owner. You need to look for ways to grow and improve and get better. And if you aim to build the knowledge and skills that you need to achieve your goals, whatever they are, then you will eventually build them. You'll become the person capable of achieving the thing you want to achieve, and you will achieve it. Now, the way you need to go about this entirely depends on what your limitations are right now. So, if you can't focus, learn to focus. If you can't build systems, learn to build systems and pay me to help you. But if you can't prioritize, learn to prioritize. If you have limiting beliefs, identify them and remove them. In my coaching program, the MOS, with my clients, we spend most of our time over the duration of the program focusing on building systems for the business. But throughout the entire time of working with me, there's a huge, huge focus on how we can improve you, because that's what really matters. And that's where the real changes happen. If you can't stick with or utilize systems in your business, then building them is pointless. It won't change anything. So you need to figure out your problems, then fix them and improve upon them. And if you want my help, click the link in the description below for more info. But I will tell you that there is a fourth job that you have as a business owner, and that's the actual tasks that you do to grow the business. So click the video on screen now and I will show you exactly what they are and how to structure them in your day.